Hey y'all, and welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm showing you 3 easy dinner recipes. These are simple to make, delicious, and great for any night of the week. Now let's go ahead and get started. This first recipe is a chicken bacon ranch biscuit bake, and I found this one on TikTok from the Mississippi Queen. I absolutely love her. I'll try to link her video below. I started out in a large skillet. I sauteed about 1/4 of a diced onion along with a tablespoon of oil just to soften it up a little bit. I also added in a can of cream of chicken soup and an 8-ounce block of softened cream cheese. I sprinkled in 3 tablespoons of ranch seasoning mix. I added about half of a 2.5-ounce package of the real bacon pieces and about 3 cups of the cooked shredded chicken. Now just give all that a really good stir, and yes, I'm using my spatula here because I didn't want to dirty anything else. And she didn't say exactly how many biscuits to use here, but I've got a 16-ounce can, and I'm just using my kitchen shears to cut each biscuit into 8 small pieces. This can had 8 biscuits in it, and they were the jumbo kind. I ended up only using 7 of them. I'm pretty sure I could have fit that last biscuit in, but I just baked it up by itself for my daughter. I topped everything with about 2 cups of shredded cheddar cheese. I forgot to mention I'm going to put this skillet in the oven, but if you need to, you can transfer the chicken mixture to a casserole dish before you add the biscuits and the cheese. This baked at 375 for 20 to 25 minutes until that top is golden brown. This was easy and so good. This next one is a family favorite. It's creamy beef and shells. I'm starting out by boiling 3 cups. That's 8 ounces of the medium shell pasta according to the package instructions. Now over to a skillet, I'm adding 1 pound of lean ground beef along with half a diced onion. Just break that up and let it cook until that ground beef is cooked through. I'm using a paper towel to soak up some of that grease. Now add in a teaspoon of minced garlic, about a tablespoon of Italian seasoning, a teaspoon of salt, and half a teaspoon of pepper. Stir that around a little bit. Now add in 3 tablespoons of butter along with 1/4 of a cup of all-purpose flour. Whisk that around and let it cook for about a minute or so until you don't see any dry flour left. Now I'm adding in a can of diced tomatoes with green chilies. I like to use this instead of the red bell pepper that the recipe called for. That was 2 cups of beef broth that I added in there. You're supposed to gradually stir this in, but I just dumped it all in at once. Then I stirred all that and let it come to a simmer until it starts to thicken up a little bit. Then I added in half a cup of sour cream and about a cup of shredded cheddar cheese. Now give that a really good stir until everything is well combined. Then when all that cheese is pretty well melted, you can go ahead and add in that cooked and drained pasta from earlier. Now stir that until all that pasta is coated in that creamy sauce. And by the way, that sauce is amazing. I top this with a little more sour cream and shredded cheddar cheese. This recipe is delicious, and I really think you're going to love it. This last one is a cheesy Rice-a-Roni chicken casserole. I'm making this in a 9x13 baking dish, and I did spray it with nonstick spray. I used about 1.5 pounds of chicken tenderloins. I've got 2 boxes of the chicken Rice-a-Roni. I took out the seasoning packs, but I'll be using those here shortly. Just sprinkle that rice right over the chicken. And while I'm thinking about it, if you love easy recipes like this, I would love it if you would hit that subscribe button. That way you get notified of all my future videos. Now back to the casserole. I sprinkled over a little of the Kinder's garlic and herb seasoning, but you could also use a little salt, pepper, and garlic powder instead. I like adding a little cottage cheese to this. I just put on several dollops of that, then push that casserole dish to the side. You'll need 3 cups of chicken broth. I've got mine in a big measuring cup. And to that, I added those 2 seasoning packs from the rice. Now give that a really good stir. That seasoning doesn't dissolve completely, but it'll be fine. Now grab the casserole dish and pour that chicken broth mixture evenly over the top of everything. Now we got to make this a little cheesy, so I added about 1.5 cups of the Fiesta blend shredded cheese, just because I had it on hand and I needed to use it up. Now cover this tightly with foil. Then it goes into the oven to bake at 375 for 45 minutes. Now this is totally optional, but we like a little crunch on the top of our casseroles, so I crushed up a sleeve of Ritz crackers and mixed them with about 4 tablespoons of melted butter, just until most of those crackers were coated. And then about 15 minutes before that casserole was done, I pulled it out of the oven, removed the foil, I topped it with those cracker crumbs, then I put it back into the oven, uncovered, to finish baking. This casserole is easy to make and it's delicious. I like to serve it with steamed broccoli, and this is an easy weeknight meal. Not to mention kid-friendly. My daughter loves this one. You could also change it up and use some of the other flavors of Rice-a-Roni. I know they have a cheddar broccoli one and a 4 cheese, I think. This dinner is so good. I really hope you enjoyed this video. You may also like these. Don't forget to subscribe down below for more easy recipes, and I will see you in the next one.